Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.
Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers from around the world. Welcome to another edition of Ramadan's Pulse right here on Huda TV. Of course, our contact information is as follows: 002-0238-555, 248 or 249, and we will be taking your phone calls throughout this 30-minute program. That's 002-0238-555, 248 or 249. Please call in and contribute any way that you can. Of course, our email is should appear on your screen now as well, pulse@huda.tv. I'll repeat that one more time for you guys, pulse@huda.tv. Don't forget our Facebook, which is appearing now, www.facebook.com/huda.tv. That's 3 W's in the beginning. Please, you guys, get on our Facebook and support our Facebook page and certainly do that. Of course, we have pulse@huda.tv, our email. And don't forget to give us a call at Skype. The call is absolutely free, and you can participate as a guest on this program for free just by using Skype, Huda_TV, and you can do a video call, and it's really great. You guys, we've been having a lot of fun on this program. Huda TV is taking you all around this little globe. We've had a lot of fun in Egypt, in Bosnia, in South Africa, Denmark. We've taken you to Canada as well as Malaysia. We've had a lot of fun. Unfortunately, there's people in this Muslim Ummah who are not having fun, that are struggling. We saw that in Burma. We did a special episode for Burma, and we certainly hope it raises awareness of the condition of Muslims in Burma. We're going to go to another country this episode that is going through, which is really engulfed in a violent civil war. It's a modern militarized state. That state has unleashed its own war machine against its own citizens, of course, in front of the international community with no help in the foreseeable future. This has been going on for 2 years. It's a very important country based here in the Middle East. I have a native from that country joining me today. Certainly hope you guys give him a warm welcome. Welcome to the Huda TV screen. Mr. Brother Ahmed Baghdadi. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ahmed. I don't want you to tell the viewers exactly where you're from yet. I want you to just give some details about your country. I want them to guess a little bit about what country you are originally from. So give us an idea about where this country is located, what language they speak, where it's located on the map. Some hints.
Okay, my name is Ahmed Baghdadi. I'm 24 years old. I live in Egypt, in Cairo, but I'm not from here. I'm from a country that is suffering right now a lot of massacres, a lot of it is being bombarded. Its people are being killed and slaughtered. The whole world now is actually watching what's happening, and only few of them are providing help and doing anything about it. It is located near Jordan and near Palestine, and I'm sure that many people now that got where I'm from, we really want people to help us in this, because we just can't do this on our own. And people can't just keep watching us doing this.
Of course, brother. Of course, it's also located south of Turkey. It's an ancient country. What are some cities in this country? It might give it away, but go ahead.
Names?
Yeah, let's name some cities.
Okay, Damascus, Halab, Homs, Hama.
Okay, and of course, Damascus is an ancient city with ancient mosques that has played a huge role in the history of Islam, hasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a beautiful country that we certainly need to shed more light about it. We're going to let the viewers check out a video to see what's going on right now on the ground in this country. And then when we come back from this video, we're going to talk about it in more detail. You guys at home, stay tuned for this short video. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to Ramadan's Pulse.
Districts. The opposition group says this is down to Russian and Chinese vetoes on a UN resolution which would have condemned President Assad's crackdown. They say this has now given him a license to kill. Here, amateur footage seems to show a field hospital under attack. People scream in pain as medical staff do all they can to help. One of the latest casualties of the escalating violence is this little girl. She calls for Allah to punish those who killed her brothers. It's thought more than 7,000 people have been killed since the uprising in Syria began. To punish those who killed her brothers. It's thought more than 7,000 people have been killed since the uprising in Syria began.
يا رب صن أعراضهم ونفوسهم من كل قاتل وطفوا دروعا حرة دون البنادق والقنابل نامت عيون صغارهم واستيقظت نار المعاول لا عاش قاتلهم ولا دامت له يوما أنامل وعليه أصبح حوبة دمع الثكالى والأرامل.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, I suppose that video must be worth 1,000,000 words. It's very sad. I hope that video really illustrated what is going on in Syria. Brother Ahmed Baghdadi, of course, we're talking about today the Republic of Syria. You are a Cairo-based Syrian activist now based in Egypt. Before you came to Egypt, did you have the pleasure of experiencing Ramadan in this beautiful country before this civil war broke out?
Absolutely. I spent like 2 years. I spent 2 Ramadans in Syria. It was like, to be honest, the most Ramadan I enjoyed in my life. It was very beautiful. The atmosphere there was very lovely. It was very safe. We used to go to the mosque. We used to pray. We used to go visit our families, just like any other country,
Right.
except for the fact that it was my own motherland. So it was like, it had a different taste.
Yeah, of course.
But, I'm really sad for the people who are not capable of enjoying the feeling that I used to have in Syria, because people now are fasting. A relative of mine is living in Syria right now. He's telling me that we can't really hear the sound of the adhan, of the Maghrib adhan, because of the bullet sounds and the mortars, and they're just being shot and killed in every possible way, burned, shot, slaughtered, and people are not even helping. What you see right now in the video, this is just like 1% of the fact. There are some scenes that you're not allowed to view. You just can't upload some stuff. You're seeing the good side of people being killed. Up until now, there has been around 23,000 people killed every day, and for the past 2 weeks, every single day, there not less than 150 people are killed every single day. In the war of Gaza, the war between Israel and Palestine,
Right.
much less people have died. And this is war between Syrians and their regime.
Yeah, of course. Brother, thank you for your thoughts. I want to continue with that, but before we do so, I want to take this phone call from Sister Malak. I believe she's a Syrian-based, American-based Syrian correspondent and political activist and journalist for the online newspaper Sham Network. Assalamu alaikum, Sister. Thank you for joining us on our program, Ramadan Pulse.
Thank you for having me.
Sister,
I can't hear you very clearly.
I'm sorry. I'll raise my voice. I'll raise my voice a bit. Sister, please share with us the latest news regarding the situation in Syria.
As you know, brother, the situation in Syria is highly volatile. There have been clashes, particularly in Aleppo. Yesterday, there was another massacre in Hama. At least 10 people were killed in a shelling offensive, and the death toll is rising there. In places like Homs, there is a medical crisis. Medical supplies are not reaching the wounded, and those who try to escape, to try to get treatment, are either killed on the way or die from their wounds. The situation is very unstable, and the problem is the humanitarian situation is being exacerbated by all of this. People are unable to get food, they're unable to get water. The basic medical supplies or medicines are also unable to reach the areas that they need to reach.
CNN has reported that the Prime Minister, Riyad Hijab, has defected from the Syrian regime. Have you heard that news as well?
Yes, I read about this news this morning. I did hear this. Yes.
I suppose that must be good news for the Syrian people as the regime continues to crumble. CNN also reported. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. CNN also reported from their Abu Dhabi-based correspondent Mohammed Jamjoom that the Free Syria Army has captured Iranian troops inside Syria. Have you heard that as well, sister?
Yes, I have. The issue about the Iranian troops, there has been doubt, unfortunately, cast about these reports in recent months. I believe that we can no longer doubt these stories given what is happening and given the capture of the 48 troops. The reality is the regime is receiving support from Iran and from Russia and from other countries. So let us stop doubting this. I think that 48 is a large enough number to turn some heads and say, look, this is really happening. The regime is not only being supported from within, it's also being supported from the outside.
Of course, that was supported with video, actually, aired on CNN in Al Arabiya. Sister, why has the international community, in your opinion, been so reluctant to intervene in Syria after bombing Libya so quickly?
Well, brother, Syria is a different game, I believe. I think that Syria has a strategic position in the Middle East. So becoming involved in the Syrian conflict would mean that there would be an uncertain future for other surrounding countries, and that is the concern. That's one of the concerns. The other concern is that usually the United States is at the forefront of such expeditions, and the United States has overexpended itself in other conflicts. So it would be very difficult to justify getting involved in Syria for them.
Excellent point.
So I think that's part of the reason. But frankly, Syria is in a strategic position. If Bashar al-Assad goes, there is a lot of concern about who will take his place. And, in that case, Israel is also very concerned, I'm sure, about who will take Bashar al-Assad's place.
Which brings me to my...
This is all...
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Which brings me to my next and final question. What about the United States and the State of Israel? What end game would they like to see, in your opinion?
What end game would they like to see? I mean, I think that because there is concern about who will take the place of Bashar al-Assad, this idea of an Islamist government is something which continues to be thrown around very loosely in the media by these political officials. And the reality is, if people have chosen their governments, and if that government is free and fair, then whether it has Islamic leanings or not, that is up to the people. And I think that this is the problem, that while other countries advocate for democracy in the Middle East, they would like to see a democracy reflective of their own democracy, like, for example, in Europe or the United States. The reality is the Middle East is different, and there can be democracy in the Middle East, but it will be the way the people would like it to be, and it may have some Islamic leanings. Democracy and Islam are compatible in the areas of justice and adl, and these ideas of freedom, of people having rights. These things are perfectly compatible. And so for us to come and say that, democracy in the Middle East is a dangerous thing because we don't know who will take power, that is a completely unfair statement. So it is a concern, but I think, in my opinion, it is an invalid concern. The world would like to see peace and stability. I do understand that, but we also have to understand that it will take time, and it will come in a manner different than the one we see in other countries of the world, because these countries are not particularly the same.
Thank you so much for providing us with and sharing with us your insights, Sister Malik, all the way from the United States. Thank you for your time. I certainly hope we can invite you for more programs in the future. Certainly appreciate it. Sister Malik, all the way from the United States, a political activist and journalist for the online Sham Network newspaper. Excellent points. Brother Ahmed, before the phone call, you were talking a little bit about Ramadan in Syria, how beautiful it was. Can you tell us some Ramadan stories, some stories of Ramadan in Syria? And you also mentioned some stories about the Ramadan packs. Can you share the viewers about that? That was touching.
Okay, sure. Our team is called Jasad Wahid. Jasad Wahid literally means one body.
Okay.
And it's a charity relief team and working on helping. Our goal basically is to help all people who need it based on the case that we're working on. In the past, we worked on this Somalian cause and the Libyan cause. They were raising charity funds. And right now, we're working on the Syrian cause. What we do is basically, we have many activities. Like, for example, we do charity fundraising. Okay, we do this in cooperation with the Arab Medical Union. And 75% of our job concerns charity fundraising from many places, like mosques, from individuals, from companies, corporations, from events, everywhere. And all we do is just we take this money and we give it to the Arab Medical Union, and he takes care of transferring this to the refugees in Lebanon and in Jordan. And it's a very trustworthy party, the Arab Medical Union. And our team takes nothing from this because we're all just a team of volunteers. So it's just like, so we're all youth, and we just in our spare time we do this charity work, and we just collect the money and give it to the to the Arab Medical Union.
So basically, you collect money and goods and give them to the Arab Medical Union, which people can find their URL, inshallah, on our screen or online if they want to contribute themselves, and they get the goods to the people in Syria.
Exactly. They provide them with medical help, shelter, and food.
Okay, wonderful, excellent. How can we go ahead? Continue, brother.
Something else that we do is that this is the charity that we're raising concerns people who are outside, who are actually in Lebanon and on the borders of Syria. Regarding the situation in Egypt, we have around 800 families, 800 Syrian families, who have left their countries because of the killing.
And this is increasing very fast. You said 2 weeks ago there was how many?
2 weeks ago there were around 550 families.
Okay.
And right now there are around 800 families. That was like 2 or 3 days ago. And I'm sure that by now they have reached 850 or even 900 families.
Right.
And all of them have, some of them have barely have something to spend. Some of them don't have food, and most of them don't have a decent place to live. Regarding the Ramadan packs that you asked me about, our team took these packs from people who donated, and we started giving away these packs. I gave these packs myself, me and the members of my family. We came across some families who actually didn't have anything in their house, literally nothing. The rent of their house was like for 600 pounds, and it was way up the country. And they had nothing, really. I saw their houses, they had nothing to sleep on. No couches, no beds, nothing, no food, not even oven to cook the food.
Right.
And when we gave them this, they were very happy, just like the least thing we can offer.
What's included in the pack, brother? Food?
Yeah.
Basic food stuff?
Yeah, pasta and rice and sugar and butter, oil, stuff like that.
Okay.
Just basic thing for people just to survive.
Right.
Yeah, and what we do is that we also we provide many forms of humanitarian relief, and we work on organizing events to raise the awareness for people regarding this Syrian cause. Because sometimes when we're raising when we're raising charity funds, people ask us, "What is this?" And we say, "This is Syria." And people say, "Syria? What is happening in Syria?"
Right. It's been 2 years, subhanAllah.
Yeah, and some people have no idea. Syria. Some people say Bashar is good. Bashar is good.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Someone told me Bashar is Sunni.
How do they?
They have
just
no idea.
Our own ignorance, This hit the scene with such a big splash. Many people weren't aware of what's going on, but now there's no excuse. This has been going on 2 years.
Yes.
So we certainly have to educate ourselves about that.
Yep.
But tell us some more about your activities and how people can contact you to help.
Okay. I want to tell you something personal. Okay. The most thing I hate about people, or not people, about people who try to, or who want to help, or who know about this Syrian dilemma, and they come up to me and they say, "Hey, there's nothing we can do." And no, there's so much that you can do. The issue is whether you care enough to take the effort and take the step to help or not, And I can actually tell you many ways people can help. The simplest thing that can cost you absolutely nothing. A simple prayer to God. You can pray for them. You can ask Allah be with Syria.
Yeah, of course.
It is as simple as that.
And I've heard I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I heard Dr. Muhammad Salah say one of the most effective things you can do is just our prayers. Before you go further and note more points, we have a special guest via telephone. He's the host of Islamic Law Today. The viewers know him, of course, Dr. Muhammad Naim Sa'i, who is a Syrian scholar and the host of Islamic Law Today, based in the United States. Dr. Muhammad, assalamu alaikum, and welcome. Thank you for joining us on our program today about Syria on Ramadan's Pulse.
Alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. I can't see you.
Oh, it's okay, Doctor. We can see you. We can hear you very clearly. Doctor, please share your thoughts with the viewers all around the world who are watching about the situation in Syria and what they can do to help.
Well, first of all, inshallah, we need to get in touch with these people in Syria because they are not representing the case only. They are representing the Muslims all around the world case. They are defending the Islamic project in this area and beyond. We need to have the concern in our heart, in our mind, to spread the awareness among our families, our communities, that this is a real struggle, it's a real conflict between the truth and the falsehood. And whoever is standing beside these people, he's sharing them in the same very noble struggle and battle for the sake and for the cause of Islam, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to put our mind that to make dua for these people, inshallah ta'ala, in our prayers, out of our prayers, try to help them financially as much as we can, try to encourage our government wherever we are to help these people by every means they are able to do so, inshallah azza wa jal, and to take a lesson from all this, what is going on in Syria right now, to make sure that we understand the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through this very disturbing situation in Syria. People being killed, prisons and jailed, women being raped, and babies, children. There's no difference between different ages in Syria. These people, they are in charge of the Syria. They are not belong to the human beings anymore. If they were belong to the human beings before, Allahu Alam, but they are just representing a different kind of creatures in this planet. We need, inshallah ta'ala, to make sure that we understand that this kind of tragedies and disasters and massacres could happen to any Muslim anywhere, unless we take a stand, inshallah ta'ala, from now against the falsehood, against those that they are in charge of the Muslims, people everywhere. And we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have a mercy on those who they got killed for His cause, Azza wa Jal, and to help the refugees, help the families, and to see very soon the victory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad, for your thoughts and your insights. Please, can you just take a minute or so and give the Syrian people a message of hope?
Inshallah ta'ala, we always believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us subhanahu wa ta'ala as long as we are with Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. We just sometimes feel some kind of sad or maybe concern or maybe worry, and not because we don't trust Him. We trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do know that He promised us to be with us, but we just concern about ourselves, how much we are making progress towards supporting Islam, supporting our deen, supporting our Muslim brothers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَنْصُرْكُمُ اللَّهُ فَلَا غَالِبَ لَكُمْ. If the victory will be coming from Allah, nobody is able to defeat us, inshallah ta'ala. So the hope is there, but a price to be paid in order just to receive the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to get the victory of Him, Azza wa Jal. And this is good, inshallah, for long term, for the short term. We are seeing people, alhamdulillah, returning back and coming back to Allah, Azza wa Jal, realizing that the solution is always to be with Him, to be with Islam in general, and to come back to the Islamic, inshallah ta'ala, principles and values. And that's what is going on right now, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. People in the ground are just reminding us about the time of the Sahaba, radiallahu anhu, are gone. They are young people. They have very bright futures. They just left everything behind them and just go forward to for the sake and for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah to show us very soon the victory of Him over these kind of unjust rulers and inhumane action by this regime And this, inshallah ta'ala, will be coming very soon, inshallah, azza wa jalla.
Thank you.
Inshallah.
Allahumma ameen. Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Naim Sahi, for your time and for your thoughts. Of course, you know him as the
Well,
host of
yeah.
Islamic. Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr.
Keep your dua, inshallah ta'ala.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Brother, before the phone call from Dr. Muhammad, I interrupted you. You had a list of things that people can do. We have about a minute left. Can you please just go through those points? Number one, you said people pray for the people of Syria. What about number two?
The second thing you can do is donations. Okay, you can donate yourself. You can get other people to donate with you. You know, do not underestimate yourself. The £10 that you're going to pay right now, they can be the reason for a whole family of three members to survive for an additional day. So don't go like, okay, this £10 is not going to do anything. No, it is going to help. Contact your friends, contact your family, your parents, your colleagues, your teammates, whoever you know. Make a leader of yourself, raise charity from them, and send it to the Arab Medical Union. It is going to help, and this money does reach where it should be. We trust them. That's why we deal with them. Spreading the news. If whenever you see a news on Twitter and Facebook, anything related to Syrian revolution, tell the people. Raise awareness. We have there is a gallery I would like to annotate about. There is a charity clothing gallery that we're doing. We're taking the clothes of receiving donations as clothes, giveaways from people. And they're going to be sending them their clothes that they don't need, and we're going to be taking these clothes, selling it to people for a very, very, very cheap price, and we're going to be taking this money and sending it to the Arab Medical Union. So if you have any clothes that you do not need, if you have any beds, if you have any couches, if you have anything, people who are here really need this. So we're
How can
working
they
on
contact
this.
you, brother?
There's the Facebook page. Our team is called Jasad Wahid.
Okay.
You can contact us on Facebook. You can just like the page and send us a message, and you can donate in the Arab Medical Union. The bank account numbers should appear.
Okay, yeah, and we have the numbers on the screen now
Exactly.
for donations. Thank you for the brothers putting that up there on the screen. So they have that information. So you guys at home, grab a pen, write that information down in order to make a contribution to your Muslim brothers in Syria. Brother, what else can they do? What else do you have for us?
Whatever. If you can donate with money, you can also, if you care about joining a charity team, you can join our team. Or just contact on Facebook, and you can join us. You can come and raise charity with us. You can be amongst the people who organize events and so. What else? Anything that you can give away, anything, clothing, food, if you have anything, money, whatever you can contact us, and we will find people who actually need them. There are over 800 families. So we work in all directions, whether families who are in Syria or families who are in Egypt, refugees.
Okay.
So we find them. You just contact us and
Okay. Thank you for your time, brother. It seems like the Arab Medical Union, like you said, it is a reliable organization. Every dollar counts.
It's very trustworthy.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for your time, brother. We certainly hope the situation in your home country, Syria,
Hopefully.
improves in the near future, inshallah. You guys at home, I certainly hope this episode, it wasn't a fun, lively episode like we've been having, but it was a necessary episode, and we certainly hope this helps raise awareness about Syria. So please let us all do what we can to support the Muslim people of Syria. Until next time, we leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your